If 2025 was to end, in fact, not was, when 2025 ends how I want it to end, this is what it's going to look like. Um, I would have shot at least 2 to 3 amazing projects
As a
on
producer?
the as an actor.
Okay.
So on the continent and off the continent. I would have produced my first project, which is Blood, a psychological thriller that is based off of true stories and horrors of women who suffer with endometriosis and other reproductive health issues. I would have also produced a commercial piece. I'm still in the working stages of developing what that looks like. It's hinting on the psychological thriller aspect too, but we'll see what that looks like at the end of 2025. I'm one of those people that doesn't really believe in the fact that you have to have it all figured out at the beginning of the year. You know, there are people who literally start planning 2025 from November the year before. And I think you can take your time, right? You can always start again at any point in the year. So right now, I'll say that 2025 for me is a year to be extremely fearless. I think in 2024, I was quite cautious about certain decisions that I was making. I've always been quite cautious about my career anyway, with the type of choices I make, projects I do. But I think this year, I want to be fearless. While I take some calculated risks, I want to take some serious risks as well. I am looking forward to trying a bunch of new things, throwing myself in the deep end. And this is more so from a producing angle. I feel like as an actor, I'm pretty flexible anyway with whatever it is I like to try. So let's say fearlessness is something that I want to pursue this year.
When you say fearlessness and being more fearless this year, so what is something that maybe last year or the year before you would be like, nah, you know, but now in the fearless Zainab will say, yes, let's do it.
Do you know what? I will probably say it's the producer side of me. I always said to people that I didn't think that I would be prepared to sort of produce anything film wise until I felt as though I had acquired all the necessary skill. I'm the kind of person that, you know, is a bit of a perfectionist. So I will plan and plan and plan. And sometimes when you over plan, you kind of plan yourself into paralysis. And that would typically be the status quo for me, right? Trying to just seek perfection up until the point that you actually don't end up doing anything. And so in this year, I would say that I'm probably going to execute more and plan a little bit less, perfect a little bit less, because it's in performing and in doing that you then sort of refine what it is that you're creating. And I'm learning that, you know, you have to fail fast. And that's just the journey. That's how it is. So
Yeah.
as a producer, that's the hat that I'm gonna wear more in 2025. It's just let's keep rolling with it. Let's try something else. If this doesn't work, let's look at a different angle and just keep going. The other thing I'm looking forward to in 2025 is more authenticity. So for me as a creator, I am constantly trying to just evolve in what that represents for me and being quite sure of myself. So this year, I want to go in telling the rest of the world what Zainab is and what the Zainab brand is. And I think I have probably rebranded a little bit in the last year and a half. I've been testing a few things, figuring it out. And now I reckon I'm sort of prepared to launch whatever the new version of me is like.
Are you open to telling us a little bit about that now?
Like I said, like around the idea of just being a bit more fearless, being a bit more open, and not being as concerned about what, say, the world would love my vision to be like, but taking what I'm happy to create and saying, hey, this is what it is. You either love it or you hate it. And truth is, there's always going to be an audience for whatever it is that you want to put out there. It's just about making sure that you find them. And I think this year I'm really intentional about finding where those people are. Some of them are hidden. Some of them are, just locked away somewhere and need a little bit of encouraging and grooming to come out. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about just seeking out my people.
Now, for you, looking at the industry, what are you passionate about? Who are the people you're excited to work with?
A lot has happened. And the good thing about being Nigerian and being a Nigerian creative is we adapt. So nothing really shocks us. I think we're always sort of prepared for whatever the worst is going to look like. And that's showing right now. So while, there may have been like great times when we had a lot of these studios and, international investments, which I think will always continue to come, the West is looking for a bit more. And I believe that we have exactly what they're looking for. So I'm excited for the world of cinema again. That was what I kind of grew up in a lot, right? So before I won't mention any names, before the big names, right? A lot of our efforts had gone into catering to the wider audience of cinema and what that involves. And it requires a lot of, I would say, personal connection, you know, where the audience is getting to meet you as, they're about to watch a film and they're getting to interact with you and you're telling them, these are the 101 reasons as to why you should come to the cinema and support Nigerian cinema. So I love the idea of going back to that. I know that for some people it might be a bit nerve-wracking and a bit nervous because, again, the pay structure improved while the big names were here. I'm excited for Nigerian cinema. I think the hot competition is back. So now it's not just about your name. It's not just about who you know. Now you have to really like put in the work. Not saying you weren't putting in the work before, but the stakes are a lot different. So I'm excited for it. I'm an actor, so I'm also sitting at a different, position in the table in the food chain. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for it.
Is there anyone you're excited to work with this year?
So as an actor, I'm really excited about working with some young people. So I will always mention the names of the likes of Genevieve, Mike Afolarin, Tomi Ojo, like just really cool young people bringing in like a different energy. Definitely open to working with a lot of like young directors, young producers. Yeah, there's a lot of people that I'm open to working with. Story for me is the big thing. That's the first thing that I get attracted to. And then also the production value and quality. That's also very important. But yeah, super open to trying out a few things. I'd love to do a bit more comedy this year as well. I think I have a soft spot for that. Wedding Party and Royal Hibiscus Hotel sort of just opened my heart up to what uh, uh, dramatic comedy or romantic comedy is like, and so I think there's something in there for me. A little bit of action this year too. Who knows?
Nice.
Open to that. Um, and then there are things that I'm always going to be super comfortable in, which is your dramedies and psychological thrillers. You'll always find me in that department. 2025 is open to everybody being able to kind of pursue other opportunities, international opportunities. As an artist, particularly for me, I'm driven by just how much I'm able to stretch myself. So it's not so much the quantity of work, but more so the quality of work. And so that's what I'm always driven by and looking forward to pursuing. So I'm not the kind of artist that will say I only work with certain type of names or I only work with the big five, whoever they may be. I am super keen about collaborating with what the next generation looks like. And everything from, say, a cinema piece to a short film to something that's just like artistically driven. So advocacy wise, 2025 is going to be great. I plan on putting on some wellness events that's also focused towards women's health. As a endo survivor myself, I shared my story in the last 4 years of having dealt with endometriosis, which is a gynecological condition that affects 1 in 10 women worldwide. And I think that as people who have voices and have networks and communities, it's down to us to continue to share our stories, to encourage other people to share theirs, and show women how they can advocate for themselves. So I'm extremely passionate about that and doing more work in the workspace for that. I want to be able to reach not only older women, but young women and students as well, so that they know what to look out for. On the business side of things, just continue to keep the oil churning and going. Yeah, I'm looking forward to what that looks like. I have a particular project that I've been working on for the last year and a bit in the fashion and accessories department. So by the end of 2025, I would have achieved that as well. So yeah, that's what 2025 is looking like.